Welcome to Purple Haze, previously written in 2001.
Back as a little last years on my pillow had me working the block hard as a Brillo pad, researching the block high off a nickel back. Searched my room, found my chrome mini mag. Now we own one and won't give my pistol back. Guess he didn't figure I'm with the hate scene. Mama said I'm 18, so I gotta shake scene. So I move on my daydreams like the 18. More money, over them, no. Not funny, no. Gotta have you, this world is so cold. With THC all through my respiratory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Agent A. Beside me, Agent K. We are live from San Diego, California, yay, for AWF Chaos. Now today, someone out from the back has again 10 minutes to try and pin and or submit Kenneth Killgore, KO Killgore, the 5-star classic. You know, one thing that has made me very, very happy, K, as we come into this new year and as we've been progressing through Season 3, is, I wouldn't call it's sort of a rejuvenation of Kenneth Killgore, where, you know, he was a little bit more passive in the year prior. This year he has been very go-getter. His name has been in the headlines again, and it's never has been for a dramatic reason apart from when he won the World Heavyweight Championship and such. Every time you see Kenneth Killgore on the card, it's associated with wrestling greatness, and I think that's the way it's, of course, the way it's supposed to be, but I do also think it's better than it's ever been.
Kenneth Killgore is a man who prefers to keep his cards close to his chest and let his wrestling speak for him. He has done exactly that coming into this new year, and it is just another opportunity for him to show what he's got. Who will be the lucky individual?
Oh, Pepe back on and out along with Lamb and Eve at his side. Pepe, a former member of Ruination, and as of right now is the most active former member of Ruination. This is the second match out here, and the second week of Chaos in a new year. And again, his return has been, I wouldn't say overshadowed, but slightly shadowed by the woman with the red hair, making her return to the AWF for the first time since Elimination Chamber March of last season. And again, this is just a conglomerate of a team that, I mean, it doesn't, I would say, doesn't make sense. I mean, Pepe and Lamb as a team doesn't make sense, but it's working. It seems to be a unit they're sticking with. And here now, I don't know if Pepe's out of his league or what, but we're gonna find out as Kenneth Killgore and Pepe are getting ready to lace him up. 10 minutes on the clock. If Pepe can beat or submit or outlast Kenneth Killgore, a Renegade championship shot will go their way. And now, look at this, an armbar.
And Pepe might be unassuming, if you can use that adjective, but I can tell you right now that this young man, he is fantabulous. He's the kind of person who will throw you off your game, who will throw you off your rocker. He's an enigmatic athlete, no doubt about it. From Kenneth Killgore, who likes to pay things by the book, that can certainly prove to be challenging.
And now, again, it's surreal seeing that lady at ringside again, because for Pepe's sake, I hope she doesn't start to, have the bad influence that she's had on other groups. Kenneth Killgore knows Eve maybe all too well, and the effect, damn it, might I say, it's Eve might be the reason Kenneth Killgore had the Season 2 he did. And that's a rope break over there, and Pepe trying to really get the 5-star classic immobilized, going for the submission game against one of the better submission wrestlers in the AWF.
And one has to wonder if Eve's presence by ringside is in any way affecting Kenneth Killgore mentally. He has been tunnel vision through the latter half of 2025 going to 2026, but that can crumble all away if Pepe gets one step closer to capturing the Renegade Championship. And Killgore has really been defining that Renegade Championship.
But was stopped. And now Killgore, look at the fantastical, the amazing, 5-star classic, but the drop kick missed and was telegraphed by Pepe. Hooked and chucked up over the shoulders into the corner turnbuckle.
1 second he is wrestling like Arn Anderson, the other like Tiger Mask. Kenneth Killgore, a true student of the game, but Pepe has not been letting the 5-star classic breathe. A nice boot to the jaw.
And right now, up back to the... Oh, look at that! And then Pepe, look at he's going back to continue more with a power bomb. One of the slickest sunset flips we've ever seen. Smoothly into a power bomb. This is what these Eliminator matches can do. They've showcased what a competitor has in the chamber, and now, believe it or not, it's Kenneth Killgore leaving the ring to try and recollect them damn self. And now,
talk about the strength of Pepe and now the agility of Kenneth Killgore coming off the heels of that.
And now,
destruction of Ruination, if you want to say it. Pepe's measuring up Killgore here. Nice Hurricane run off the springboard.
And a right hand misses.
He is rocking and rolling here in San Diego.
7:15 left on that clock for Pepe to operate and work. Even Lamb at ringside. And it's maybe apparent that this little duo, this trio, has been a more positive effect from Pepe than maybe Ruination has. Because, you know, again, he's been wrestling out of his mind. And here, straps down, whatever that is, that a nice ankle toe hold. And now Killgore, the strength of Kenneth Killgore, has always been on display. Down the cover, 1, and a kick out.
Targeting the neck of Pepe, maybe softening him up for a J Driller or a Killer Instinct.
Wild kick and missed badly.
A lot of finishing moves.
Oh, here we go!
Including that one. Crimson Bomb.
Hooks the leg down the cover.
And a defiant kick out of 1 and a kick up by Pepe.
But flying off the ropes, Killgore maybe a little bit delirious now.
Narrowly missed the spear.
Pepe there. Oh.
Hoist him up.
Wow.
I talk about Air Pepe. Killgore certainly getting his flat miles on that nice maneuver. And now the challenger working on the arm.
Been working on that arm since the bell has rung. And I highly doubt we're going to see the 5-star classic tap. But imagine that sentence in itself. Pepe tapping out Kenneth Killgore of all people.
Well, you never know. Like you said, these championship matches, these open championship matches are to showcase.
Look at that. Defiant Kenneth Killgore. Pepe had some more creative offense right there. But Killgore gave him a nice sock to the face. And the challenger spring. He dodges Kenneth Killgore. Gets a right hand. And now gets a chop block to the head.
And I think Killgore is having a tough time trying to predict what Pepe's going to do next. And that's a part of the persona this young man has built for himself. That unpredictability.
And it's also being a test to just, again, how little we've seen Pepe wrestle. But again, we really don't know what style they favor more. Again, we've seen them go to the submission game. We've seen them go to the skies a little bit. But it's really been all of everything. And Killgore doing the same! Captain agrees because I can't. Hooks the leg for the window!
And Pepe's still in this one. Able to withstand the storm. That was that beautiful 630 senton. Another Crimson Bomb by Kenneth Killgore.
Hooks the leg down the cover. 1, 2. Still Pepe.
Renegade Championship still up for grabs. And what has been a thrilling encounter. And it might be the end of said encounter. If Killgore can land this. J Driller right at the top of the head.
So high. Pepe can kiss the sky. Hooks the leg down for the win. 1.
That's got to be it.
2, 3. And Kenneth Killgore. Even Lamb not exactly the happiest. They show it immediately. But Kenneth Killgore standing tall at the end of another Eliminator matchup. Still no challenger. Nobody can best the 5-star classic for that Renegade Championship. He's held it since Halloween Havoc. And well, it's well into January, folks. And the 5-star classic is still standing tall.
And Pepe should not be beating himself up. No shape, no how. He was bouncing off the damn walls in that matchup, but Killgore caught him and provided the necessary tools to get the victory here tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have more AWF Chaos up next. We do thank you for watching. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me and Kay. We have some more up next from San Diego. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AWF Chaos. My name, Agent A.
This is Agent K, and this is the first half of 2 World Heavyweight Championship contender matches we have here tonight. It is the Anomaly Deuce versus the Lightning Quick C.J. Speed, and this promises to be a treat, Agent A.
It is, C.J. Speed returning to action for the first time in quite some time. He's trying to get his rhythm back, his mojo, and going up against Deuce for the first time in his career. Here the Anomaly is shown. He is another person trying to get back into the flow of things on AWF Chaos, trying to show face in 2026. This, interestingly so, is the first time that Deuce and C.J. Speed will step into the ring. We know that Deuce has had an anomalous relationship with C.J. Speed's older cousin, Mamba Ant, and I know Deuce, I don't know if there's anything in the back of his mind or not that might be thinking about. Again, this is the little cousin. This is the not the golden child. I wouldn't call him. He was once the leader of Ruination, once a prominent name in Ruination. C.J. Speed has built a name for himself in this company, and this is the first time that the Anomaly in Speed will lock horns.
And Deuce, we've never known him to be an emotional man. Sure, he may act on his feelings, but he's never been one to show his cards, never been one to show anger. But there's something about Mamba Ant and Deuce, that feud being so full of vitriol and hatred and fury, that I think might leak out in this contender matchup. And that is not good for C.J. Speed, who you mentioned when he first popped into the scene was a huge prospect, and I think he still can be. I think the problem with this young man, C.J. Speed, is that he has been throwing stones and hiding his hands, whether it be through Ruination or some other party. He hasn't necessarily got that sink or swim treatment that a lot of the young guys in the AWF have, but now it's his shot. He's got the chance to face Blitz for the heavyweight championship if he can get through Deuce first.
God almighty, I'm just going to say it in itself. Yeah, C.J. Speed versus Blitz World Heavyweight Championship. If he does get that far, man, he has gotten himself... Blitz already sits on the top of the throne like Shao Kahn. But C.J. Speed, he knows that nobody is picking him. Apart from his very small corner of fans in the world, everyone is expecting Deuce to win this matchup. Speed is getting himself back into one-on-one competition, showing everyone what he can do in the title picture. He better give his best effort tonight.
Well, listen, the thing that people often leave out about sink or sim situations, that oftentimes those waters are infested with sharks. And to me, Blitz is the biggest great white that you can never lay eyes on. But for C.J. Speed, I think this young man has a true shot of shocking the world. We certainly have it done in the AWF before. It won't be the first time. As Deuce, C.J. Speed.
And here we go now. Deuce is going to go off the
horns immediately, taking C.J. Speed off balance.
And Deuce is going to get Speed up with several hooks and shots to the head.
And Deuce has, of course, had a great one with the Intercontinental Championships, calling himself the King of the Continents. An apt phrase for a man who truly wrestled all over the world, but now he wants to be the King of the World and the Heavyweight Champion, a title that he has not held here in the Yaxins Wrestling Federation.
And here, slowly hoisted up, is C.J. Speed and put into an ankle lock. And now it's a rope break from Deuce to Speed. A stomp right there.
And if you're Deuce, I think the strategy is obvious here. Keep this firecracker on the mat. I mean, it's in the name, C.J. Speed. Once he gets those feet moving,
you can get real.
He'll be hard to track. Exactly, and that's an understatement.
And there's a big kick to the face. Now Deuce seems to be working on Speed immediately, trying to get control of the match. Off the ropes, he is flying. The Anomaly, clothesline. Right with the arm to the face.
And that's where that veteran instinct is coming in. He knows when to turn it up and and want to keep it cool. Look at this.
And C.J Speed, having been a former Renegade champion of himself, we just saw, oh man, nice rope break. Deuce getting his legs on the ropes. C.J Speed seeing the mistake of the rope break. And then look at that. Look at that change of holds. Pulling him away. Center of the ring. But Deuce with some good resistance.
Speak of submissions, Deuce can hit that rolling knee bar out of absolutely nowhere. It's what got him the AWF World Championship, what ended the legendary reign.
Oh man, for C.J Speed, I don't know how well that will pan out for trying to outlooking it. He looked like he was going for it right there. Speed read it though, tries to stack Deuce up for the pin cover. One, flips him over. 1, 2, and oh, nearly won the match just like that.
That was very close, and this can be one of those ones that can end in the blink of an eye, or could go a full 20 minutes before either man is really showing signs of being tired.
A standing Spanish fly from C.J Speed, reversing whatever the anomaly had for him. What a way to gain back control of the matchup, and now he fires up with chops and several right hands to the face of Deuce, to the chest of him, rolling out of the way. He is known for that. He is famously known for that. It's now wrestled down with that arm bar. This could be the end of the match. Before we know it, Speed trying to get his legs to the ropes, can't. He escapes.
And if Speed's gonna do it, he's gonna do it with flash, that standing Spanish fly. Just a little taste of C.J Speed's MO, and now working on the arm of Deuce. Smart strategy.
Here we go!
Oh my God!
That was right on the crown of his head.
It certainly was.
1! But the anomaly still rifles a shoulder up quickly at that.
Man, I think that was instinct, Agent A. I think Deuce truly did not know what planet he was on. C.J Speed rocked him.
Disrespectful. Kick to the face.
You can't weed out the showboating out of the Mamba Ant bloodline. I mean, it's almost genetic.
There. Getting a shot right there is Deuce stopping whatever the turnbuckle strikes are about to happen. And right on the back of the crown of the head goes CJ. Oh! What a chop! And Speed slows it down again with another one to the chest of Deuce. Steps him down. Stomp! Beautiful from Speed, and now he's going up high. This is where he has made his living! Phoenix Splash! 1, 2!
And a kick out at 2 by Deuce. We've already seen the resiliency of the anomaly. That near 40-minute classic with Juice was, for a lot of people, a late match of the year contender. But he's still hunting, searching for a world championship now in 2026. And CJ Speed is definitely giving him a run for his money.
And now, off the ropes, here he comes, back body drop. Speed.
Right on the spine, on the
tailbone. He's never won the world championship just yet in his career. And against the anomaly, we are seeing the capabilities. This might be the best we've seen CJ Speed ever. And now, over the shoulders, go to sleep! Go to sleep! Deuce is down! 1, 2 for the win! No!
And the upset victory, a lot more far than CJ Speed may have anticipated.
And you see Deuce bleeding now before the young Speed does. That might be the fire to light in the anomaly. Look at how did he do that?
Flipped out of the backbreaker by Deuce. Deuce running the ropes. Dropped down by Speed.
Power slam!
With that snap power slam. Shook him damn near out of his boots.
2!
And another kick out by Deuce. The anomaly's still in this one, but the momentum of CJ Speed is knocking down those chances of contending for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And here now, a right hand Deuce.
Here we go. Rolling knee bar. And now CJ Speed will have to prove to himself. Oh my God, he tapped.
CJ Speed taps to the anomaly. He advances on and will face the winner of TJ versus Curtis.
Sudden but deadly is that rolling knee bar, and it truly is a one of one, an anomaly.
Quick, it was C.J. Speed.
Look at that.
It looked like it was going to be his time, maybe. He was getting his mojo, and then Deuce ends the match the only way he knows how.
And trust me, the anomaly knows that he's been in a fight. And if there's anything to take away from that match, notwithstanding Deuce contention for the heavyweight championship, is that C.J. Speed is ready. He is ready to go to the upper echelon. But for right now, the one like Neo, the anomaly Deuce, advances to face the world heavyweight champion.
Triple threat matchup coming up next on AWF Chaos. Well, no, the tag team matchup is coming up next on AWF
Even better.
Chaos. And, it's going to be a real interesting one. You're going to love this, Kay. You are going to love this. And ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing on the screen is accurate and correct. Mamba Ant and Mo Game, two folks who are scheduled to face each other in about 2 weeks from now, will be facing TipvilleUSA for the chance to win tag team championships. Now, like the Kenneth Killgore's match, if they win this match, this is not the match where they win the titles. They will have to face them next week for the titles themselves. But again, Anthony Kingsley trying to be funny, trying to, add some fuel to the flames of Mamba Ant and Mo Game's competitive hearts, throws them in a tag team together. I mean, what the hell is it? Someone has to take this damn company from Kingsley. That's what I think needs to happen at this point.
Well, you can see that our promoter certainly has a sense of humor. Good thing I don't really find this funny. If we're being honest, Mo Game doesn't even deserve anything that's happening to him. But because Mamba Ant is...
And that's Avery, one of the newer folks to the roster, former women's champion. You can't call her, she's not too much of the new girl on the block. She's very much capable, but she's still learning the ropes of the AWF. And again, I don't know what business she wants with this psychopath, but
Mamba Ant, ever so classy, pelvic thrusting down the aisle. It's certainly your Triple Crown champion, isn't it, AJ?
Former Triple Crown champion, has potential to be a Triple Crown champion. The fact that he has won 3, Mo Game has been very vocal in trying to get through to Kingsley that he doesn't want to face Mamba Ant at the Royal Rumble. He doesn't want to face Mamba, and he's already, in the words of Mo Game, what more is there to do? And that's interesting statement.
I agree with Game. What really is there more to do? That 2 out of 3 Falls Extreme Rules match proved to me everything I needed to know about who is better between these two. And if you need an answer, you can see it in his hand, you can see it on his shoulder. Mo Game, the current reigning defending Intercontinental Champion and undisputed Hardcore Champion, walking down the aisle.
He holds the Actions, TIF, Hardcore titles, and the AWF Intercontinental Championship, as I've mentioned. Again, he wants to face new talent. Mo Game, there's a lot of folks that want to face Mo Game that, he is at this point, for a lot of guys coming in the AWF roster, the little stepping stone they need to get over to truly feel they can do it. They've seen what Mo Game has done, and some people can't believe he was a rookie. Last year was his first year with the company. This is his sophomore season, starting off with a Triple Crown reign. Again, to his point, he wants to see new blood. He wants to see new sights. Seeing Mamba Ant again at the Royal Rumble, this time in a one-fall matchup, to him, again, it doesn't suit what he wants to do. It doesn't suit his competitive nature. And if he had it his way, he's going to get out of that match. But as of right now, that's exactly what he's going to have to go through. He's going to have to lock horns with the guy he's competing in at a tag team match right now. This company is some shit.
Well, you call Mo Game a stepping stone. To me, he seems more like Mount Everest. Mo Game has been the biggest challenge for any man who has been wanting to reach either a World Championship, Intercontinental Championship, anything that Mo Game stands in the way of. He will be a damn good wall that you have to break through. And you see this here, the reigning defending World Tag Team Champions, TipvilleUSA, Tiptastic on your left, Jackson on your right.
Walking down to the ring with those Actions World Tag Titles won in an Actions Tag matchup at the final countdown. This year for TipvilleUSA, it's about getting back to their status quo. I liked what I mentioned for Kenneth Killgore. He's in his best shape in the big 226. If TipvilleUSA wants to be in that same category, this is the first time ever DeVille has won the tag titles. They don't want it to be associated with one of those few one-and-done reigns. It's a Tiptastic title run, it wants to be associated with historic, great title defenses and matches in itself.
Well, this is a correction. TipvilleUSA and Tiptastic, for that measure, isn't in the same category as Kenneth Killgore, because unlike the Terminator, Tiptastic took a purposeful leave of absence to focus on his other careers. Unlike any of the guys in the back, Tiptastic doesn't always have his eggs in one basket. He's a man who invests. He's a man who sees his future in different avenues. And one of those futures is being World Tag Team Champion, which he accomplished with the help of the ever so loyal, ever so efficient Jackson.
And Jackson still trying to make his name known in the AWF. He wants to expand with a singles career, along with it being a tag champion, but for now, it's going to keep it at... Oh, wow. This is a way to start off. Out of the gates, it's going to be Tiptastic and Mamba Ant to lock horns. And wait a minute. Ant immediately tags Mo Game.
Of course it's not.
Oh, no, wait. And Mamba Ant? Oh, no. This is not the time to do this, guys. And here, Ant throwing his body array. This tag match is underway. If Mamba Ant or Mo Game pins or submits Tip or Jackson, they will be facing again next week as tag champion, as for the tag titles. To even think about the thought, what is Kingsley's big plan? You have two competitors. You're giving a tag. And Tip, going for Mo Game now, and rushing to his aid. At least he has some pep in the step there.
Well, as much as I think that the plan is idiotic and a waste of Mo Game's time, maybe Anthony Kingsley truly does think that enemies make great allies. Mo Game and Mamba Ant, they're two of the toughest professional wrestlers, not only the AWF, but on planet Earth. And sometimes that can make for a good duo. It can make for a good tag team. And who better than test the iron of the newly crowned tag team champions than two guys who have went to war with one another.
And here now, where you say went to war with one another, that war is still ongoing. Mamba Ant is still trying to work his devilistic ways onto Mo Game.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Beautiful drop kick. Again,
springboard from the outside to the inside.
The former women's champion as well, ringside with the Antichrist, and it just screams plot. It screams that he's just being devious. He's just being a gnat and an enigma.
I don't think he has to have a former UFC champion at ringside for him to be scheming. And Mamba Anti's always in.
RKO Tiptastic! RKO to the prez! 1, 2, no!
And if Mamba Ant successfully pinned Tiptastic right there, he would have got a guaranteed shot at the tag team championships with Mo Game by his side.
And for Tiptastic, he has always felt he has been far above none and better than Mamba Ant.
Not just a feeling, it's fact.
Last time these two faced off, it was in a steel cage match in MSG where Tip did get the better and won that night. Here now, Tip off the ropes goes Ant. Stops whatever was in plan right there. And look at this little... even his style screams annoying. Flying there with a punch. Tip calculated it. Got the hell out the way. Tried a right hand. Catches one.
The market difference between Mamba Ant and Tiptastic is that Mamba Ant thinks that Tiptastic won't go there. He won't go.
Whoa. Walk on a high time! Wow!
And that's exactly what I mean. Tiptastic went there. He went to that ninth circle of hell, with those bandages on Mamba Ant's chest and back. And now Mo Game cleaning house.
On the goes for Jackson. And look at Tiptastic! The strength of him! The champion's down.
I appreciate, despite the circumstances.
Attitude adjustment.
that Mo Game is desperately trying to win this shot at capturing the tag team titles. And here we go. Oh my gosh, is this Styles Clash?
Mamba Ant, cover on Tiptastic. This could be for the win. 1, 2, and no.
And a kick out by one half of the tag team champs. It's not going to end with the Styles Clash. Mamba Ant still on the prowl.
You know, Ant tries to go in and out. Sometimes he wears those knee braces. Sometimes he doesn't. But at this rate, you do, you know, how the hell did he do that?
Another RKO. And now Jackson looking like he's going to put an end. Oh, look at this.
That's the cover now. 1, 2, the kick out. Disgusting. And the ref doesn't call it either. Well, Ant almost got the tag title shot like that. Finally, a tag is made between the two guys who face each other at the Royal Rumble. And, oh, wow!
A little bit of teamwork between the future opponents. And Tiptastic is itching to get that tag to Jackson. He has gotten a lashing since the opening bell of this contest.
Here goes.
Here we go, boom!
Mo Game, but Mo Game tags Ant back in. No, God, this is...
Who the hell's the legal man? Decided already.
Mo Game gets... Game continues to try to avoid taking damage in the matchup.
And now Jackson, with that.
And that is exactly what he gets. He gets a knee to the face. Jackson down.
That's me trying to involve himself in the matchup. You're not the legal man.
And there, a right hand, a left. Several. Mo Game bleeding after that knee in the corner of the turnbuckle. He is the legal man at the current moment, and the tag has been made. Here. Oh, a knee to Jackson. What a knee. What do they have planned up now? Thrown into the corner. Flip, side. Oh, a super kick with the tarantula.
And that was a cute little combo, but Mamba Ant's not even holding the tag rope when he gets on the apron. Where are the fundamentals?
And here now.
Bobby Eaton would be rolling in his grave right now.
How long ago was that, brother? Come on now. At least. And now, oh, look at this. And DDT on to Jackson. Mo Game and Mamba Ant in the middle of this heated tag contention matchup. Two competitors facing the tag champs who have been more in unison than ever. TipvilleUSA in the grass. Look at that. The coordination, the hand-eye coordination, the body coordination needed to be able to do all of that. Phenomenal. And I didn't even mean it. Pun not intended. That's phenomenal. Another Styles Clash. This one to Jackson for the win. And Game thinks all the time is up. He wants it to be. It's not to be.
And I enjoy the cockiness from Mo Game and Mamba Ant. But these are the World Tag Team Champions you're dealing with. Referee, you got to do something. He's not the legal man. He's administering a hold.
Jackson. A J drill to Jackson. And oh my
nowhere to be found.
No. A punt kick. One of the most devastating combos you'll ever see.
You got to be kidding me.
A
kick out by Jackson. That is what you want in your number one player. That is what you want in your star wide receiver.
You know, now it's Ant and Game getting annoyed with each other.
Oh, here we go.
Avery getting on the apron, shouting at them, trying to. This is devolving slowly, ladies and gentlemen.
They're buckling under the weight of their own actions, Agent A.
They thought that was gonna be the dagger. That was the kill shot. But Jackson.
And this is where the vultures that TipvilleUSA are. This is where they swirl over the dead body and pick the carcass.
And Jackson just launched Ant up.
Power bomb! Liger Bomb City! Count me up. 1.
Ant doesn't do a damn thing about it. And now Ant crawling.
Look at him. Like a damn worm. You see all those bandages across the chest. Jackson is going to take advantage of that in the worst way.
Avery grabs a steel chair. Avery's in the ring. Avery is in the ring. And she gets thwarted. I say.
Young lady.
By the ref. The ref tosses Avery out.
Hell yeah. Kick her out. She has no business being in the ring right now.
She tried it. She truly. Sets up the welcome to high time. Is that it for Jackson?
No! Capitalizing on the distraction, but Jackson
has been the most resilient you can ever see. And then Ant springs up. Wow. Kick to the face. Oh, well, no, that's the way to go back down.
Certainly is. All that taunting just needed a nice size 12 to the face.
And look at Jackson continue to attack the knees of the high flyer. This... I'm amazed as to what the hell I mean, Jackson might be even more Terminator than Kenneth Killgore. No competitor has ever survived something like Jackson just did. And now Tiptastic in the finish to chop. A choke slam to Mamba Ant. Hooks the leg while Game chirps at him proudly. The match is over. Tiptastic wins it for TipvilleUSA.
And you're right, Tiptastic did win it, but let's talk about perhaps the bigger story. Mamba Ant lost it, alright? It was Mamba Ant who couldn't capitalize. It was Mamba Ant who nailed Jackson with that punt kick, but for some reason couldn't put him away. And now Mo Game has even more reason to be pissed at Mamba Ant.
J-Driller. You think the J-Driller didn't...
Well, listen, that was the last blow. Mamba Ant was the one who had the finishing touches, and he dropped the ball. I mean, am I wrong?
Okay, fair enough. He did, look, we have more up next. A triple threat for the #1 contention of the Women's Championship. That was a fun matchup.
It certainly was. And it was even more fun that the World Tag Team Champions didn't let Mo Game or Mamba Ant even sniff those titles.
And they'll be back out here next week to do the same thing. That's the second tag team down. And next on up, you see the competitors on the screen. This is Eve's first match back since Elimination Chamber. Angela, Nahir, Robles, and Eve, #1 contention for the undisputed Women's World Championship held by Queen Spears. Now, this is a bit of a doozy for the winner of this matchup, K. The Royal Rumble for both championships of the AWF World Championship and the Women's Championship, the title will be up for grabs. Essentially, whoever retains next week is retaining potentially for a short amount of time. Statistically so, a champion doesn't retain in these sort of matchups. Of course, whoever wins the matchup next week is free to write history. But Angela, Eve, Robles, even Spears, they're kind of faced up against a true, green wall of doom.
And Angela is a woman who's obsessed with inflicting pain, obsessed with rising to the top. And for her, when you talk about the 2025s that people have had, Angela, in that latter half, she was on an upward trajectory, and things just came crashing down for her. Let's see if she can sort of get her reins back.
And here comes on out Nahir Robles, who was one half of Women's Wrestler of the Year and was a tie between her and Amanda Storm. And to think about this, Nahir Robles, again, is an indie superstar who is in the PWI 250 for women's best wrestlers around the entire world. That's not in one sector of the country, the entire world. And if you want to be, technical, she can be considered the best athlete in the entirety of the AWF. And she is still yet, of course, to get a Women's World Championship. And she has been in the matchups for it. Luck has not gone her way. However, this is another opportunity here in this triple threat matchup to potentially climb that upper echelon and set her name in the history books of this company.
La Chica de Ola Ola, the Puerto Rican princess.
I hate this. Not you, Robles. This woman. It's been so long. It has been. Oh God.
And I know Nahir Robles does not mess with any brujas, but Eve.
How do you know this?
Listen, I'm a cultured man. All right, I've been around the way. Okay, I've been around the way. But anyway,
Eve is back, ladies and gentlemen. This is her first matchup since AWF Day of Reckoning Elimination Chamber. She was in a matchup for the Women's World Championship, and to think about this, she was mere hairs away from winning it. And maybe that's part of the reason why, she took her ball and went home. She went off on a high horse. Nobody really even, not gonna say noticed it, but it was a few months before we really realized, yeah, Eve hasn't been seen in a while. And now, again, here she walks to the ring, her grand return. A lot of people have been waiting for this. A lot of people are gonna enjoy this, but I know for UK, you might feel anything but excitement to see her
back in the fray of things.
Excitement, no. Putridity, disgust.
Putridity, that's a new one.
You know, that's more up my speed. And Eve has not gotten any easier to like. I'll state it that way because I know she's within earshot.
She is coaching Pepe and Lamb at the current moment, and we know how her coaching ends up. Let's just say that.
More like corrupting. Here we go.
There's also that. Here, Angela, Nahir, Robles, and oh wow,
Eve not even sweating this matchup. She has two very capable women opposite her, but maybe, you know,
look at Angela.
She doesn't think much of Nahir Robles. Eve and Nahir Robles not in the company at the same time, but now they are. And
Angela starts off.
These two are certainly familiar with one another.
And Robles shot to the face. Look at this. Now this is a triple threat matchup, so anything is allowed. Anything is legal, unlike, you know, other matches. Unlike Avery getting herself involved last matchup. Angela almost got a double team from Eve and Robles. She stops all that trouble and one fist to two ladies. Nahir Robles knows how to slug, and if you look, she is just absolutely ripped. That's even,
oh my gosh.
You know, man, you really don't pay attention to sometimes how muscular that, you know, Robles exactly is. And Eve, ever so being the a soul snatcher, a Shang Tsung of the game, if you understand what I mean, taking her, oh man, those two to the end of time, I guess. Here, Eve walks aside and gets thrown into the corner. Robles gets a chop. Think about this. Eve never held a championship in her time in the AWF. Their history books, she did win one, the Divas Championship and a Championship Scramble a couple times. But that was a Championship Scramble, and she didn't win or hold the title at the end of the match.
And if it were up to me, it would be that way forever. But this match is certainly not helping that case.
And Robles,
oh,
Eve getting damn lawn darted by Angela. And look at these two now trying for a double team. They do get it. And an RKO from Angela and Eve.
Working on the newer face on the block.
And there, tried a big high kick. It misses.
Robles with the headlock. Oh, just a straight right between the eyes.
And Robles, Angela is down on the ringside area in this co-main event AWF Chaos. Up next is the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contention matchup. And that's certainly set to be something as well. Here's Eve walking aside.
Let's see if our announce table holds up until then. I know that these young ladies are not averse to using quote-unquote furniture.
And here over the shoulders is Robles getting launched and tossed aside. Stomp right there.
Man, Eve is just been knocked loopy. If I'm Angela, you know, a quick roll-up might do the trick. Get it unscathed. Oh, and my goodness.
Power slam of hell. Hooks the leg. Not going to be able to do the finishing touches of this matchup. Eve kicks out.
What the hell was that from Eve? I don't...
Gets a drop kick to the face. A right hand. It was, that one was across both ladies' face as well. Eve and Robles this time going to get the double team on Angela. It's clearly seen there's no allegiances in this matchup. Look at Eve escaping the grasp of Robles, doing damage to Angela at the same time, then getting thrown into the corner of the turnbuckle.
And despite what I feel about Eve, and trust me, and here we go. It looks like she hasn't forgotten that saga of her career.
An RKO. Much to
and here come the big guns. By guns, I mean a metallic stop sign
that has been issued over the competitors in this company. Oh! Boom! Angela had a moment to think about who she wanted to throw it to.
Welcome back to the Actions the Wrestling Federation.
Look at this now.
Here we go.
Look at this now. For the win, Angela, welcome to prime time. Hooks the leg. Cover, no. Angela was chucked up and now gets thrown into the corner by Eve. Eve has Angela up over there.
I don't like how this looks at all.
Oh, wow.
That stop sign right beneath them.
And Angela, Eve.
Uh-oh. It looks like
the prime time right back to her. Angela rolls out of the ring. No, she just grabbed the rope. She's still in.
She's out on her feet.
Robles trying to capitalize. Snap suplex. Eve back to her feet. Out of the way. Agile as ever is the Black Siren.
And that's the first time these two really tussled. Looks like Eve won that affair. But now Angela looking to return the favor. Robles had second thoughts. Pulling Angela by the hair.
And now it's several shots. Gets it right there. Robles. Look at Angela. Look at Angela. Lifting up Robles. Power bomb. Eve.
Emphatic power bomb. What's Eve thinking? Oh!
Tried to catch her with the legs. And doesn't. Stomp right there.
Unknowingly ducked that.
Eve letting her.
Hey, listen, ref. You better get out of there. You better get out of there. When Eve starts chirping at you.
Wow, what a right hand.
Doesn't look too good. And Robles.
Yes, again, number one contention for the Women's World Championship held by Queen Spears.
And another RKO.
This one to Robles. Eve waiting for Robles to get back to her feet. Another RKO. But Angela's right there, and Eve sees it. She gets a clothesline.
And Angela with a stand, a handsome lariat.
1, 2, and Eve.
Not enough to put Eve away. The Black Siren rolling out of the ring. It is now La Chica and the woman who defined the division here in the Access Wrestling Federation.
And you're here now. In the corner. Eve grabs a steel chair. Angela tried something with the stop sign, but got thwarted. And Robles moved out of the way. They're fighting right over those. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Angela as a human.
Suplex. My goodness! Steel on Flash.
And then she smacks. Oh my God! Whoa!
And here we are. We are reaching the violent phase of the matchup. And I honestly don't know who that favors more. All three of these women
an attitude adjustment
have
on
an
the stop
extreme
sign.
side to them.
Angela's down. The cover for the win.
Robles doesn't have eyes on it.
2. The kick out. Robles comes back into the ring. Gets stopped. Elbow to the face. Big kick.
Wow, that was almost a karate kick by Eve. And a huge suplex now by Robles. You see that added muscle of La Chica working out for her.
Out of the way, gets a kick right there. RKO! Hooks the leg, no!
This is RKO City. He's giving RKOs around like candy almost. And now,
here.
Look at this, look at that.
2 former AK-170 members going at it in this matchup, both with different tenured times with AK-170, but it does count for something, I guess. Here now, and Robles going up, takes Angela down, and now Eve there to try and capitalize.
The opportunist Eve. Maybe looking for that top rope. Welcome to prime time. She got early in the matchup.
Now, Robles. Angela is down. Here comes Robles.
Waiting for. Oh, wow! Intercepted!
Kick to the dome!
Like a Mack truck!
And no, Angela wrapped up, rolled over.
The Puerto Rican princess is out of the equation. Eve has got Angela tied up, and now Robles back into the matchup. Accidentally took out the referee.
Ref is down while Eve takes a notice. Look at this. Forbidden Fruits! First one we've seen back from her. And Poison the mist from Eve.
Which?
But Robles, she just tanked it. Robles didn't get affected by it at all.
Like I said, no brujas.
She is still standing. Angela dumps What the hell is this match? Eve.
All the stops being pulled out, no pun intended. Angela.
Over the shoulders. Lines it up.
Oh, dropping it right on the back of her head.
Under the stop sign. Now it's Robles and Angela in the ring.
Robles with that paintbrush disarming Angela. European uppercut to the back of the head. All three women exhausted, beaten. This Extreme Rules match proving nothing but excellent here in this co-main event.
In Robles.
Oh my God!
Down goes Robles.
Oh, she might be out.
Down goes Angela with a DDT. And now it's Robles again with a knee to the face.
That's it.
Eve is, and she's still going for more. Robles is not satisfied, but here comes Angela.
She's trying to take out Eve for the rest of the matchup. You saw the way her body just dropped. I think Eve is unconscious. Angela with that little do-si-do and a drop toe hold.
Then a leg drop on the ringside area. Down is Eve. Down is Robles. Yeah, her body didn't even respond.
These women truly hate each other. It is almost... I mean, where's the popcorn? Where's the bonbons?
All for the Women's World Championship. And again, I mentioned the stakes of the Royal Rumble. That doesn't seem to be bothering any of them. And this is just for the chance to be champions. And they're going for broke.
Not at all. I mean, talk about the sacrifice of being champion. That Royal Rumble, to me, is a perfect situation you want to put yourself in as a defending champ. You want to prove beyond a reasonable doubts that you are the woman in the AEW weapon.
And Angela now gets it right there to the face.
Ow! The mist has caught her off guard.
Robles couldn't tank through that one. She's only human after all, and an RKO onto the chair. Eve for the bloody win. 1, 2.
Angela with the kick out of the century. Now Nahir Robles with a penalty kick of her own.
2. Eve rockets a shoulder out.
Not take out Eve. Now, Agent A, how the hell did she do that? Being misted.
Now, Robles is just, as some would say, that damn good. Eve barely getting out of the way. Inadvertently.
I'm not even sure that Robles can see right now. She might be half blind. Oh my God!
And Robles just barely getting out of the way. And here's the ladder and introduced to the equation.
Eve grazed her. It's sort of like
and then dumps the ladder off her.
A Looney Tunes incident. Nahir Robles went for the ladder and escaped that twisting plancha from Eve.
And now Eve. No.
Oh my goodness.
Disc. Angela hoisted up over the shoulders. Angela gets the hell out of the way. Eve thrown in front of the former women's champion, aside, and a clothesline missed. Shot right there.
This is becoming a war of attrition. I don't see any woman tapping out. It will have to be a case of knockout, of incapacitation. And Nahir Robles might have just achieved that on Angela. Eve, the table in her hand. The black siren, malicious look in her eyes.
And now she jumps into the ring, a drop kick off the ropes. Tricky maneuver. Here, she has Robles over the shoulder. And AA through the table.
Damn near exploded. I think
down.
Keith went to the front row. Angela is nowhere to break this in.
Drapes a shoulder over her.
Oh,
damn it. Eve, maybe more vulnerable than we think. Exhausted. She makes the cover and gets the win.
By the thinnest skin on her teeth, Eve managed to eke out the win.
Man. And ladies and gentlemen, Eve is on her way to facing Queen Spears again for the women's title. Eve, I mentioned, has never won a singles women's world championship. She has never won it and held it at the end of a match. This, for a singles bout, is the biggest shot of her career next week, Kay.
And it's not a scramble, it's not a gauntlet, it's not temporary. If Eve pins or submits Queen Spears, she will be the new AWF Women's World Champion. And
that terrifies to both of us.
Certainly, that seems like doom.
And we have more up next, Kay. It is AWF Chaos. It's the main event, TJ versus Curtis. It's up next. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event of AWF Chaos. Beside me, Agent K. My name, Agent A. It's the second half of the #1 contention for the World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of this matchup this week will face the Anomaly Deuce. The winner of that match next week will face Blitz at the Royal Rumble. Here we are in San Diego, California. TJ by you see Anthony Kingsley not trying to exactly be so gift wrapping in his chances to people. He didn't give TJ a guaranteed rematch. He wants TJ to do what he used to do and work back for the championship. You know, TJ, for what it's worth, you know, he is, by his own volition, far removed the AWF audience of what it's like to see him just like to another one of the guys. For a long time, he was the intimidating force that stood over them. But we have to remember, TJ once was just like everyone else. Once was one of the, maybe, the most workhorse wrestler we had on the roster. And some might not like hearing that, but for a long time, he was the most consistently booked fighting, no matter what. You know, if he was hurt, you couldn't tell because he had a dominant reign, and now he walks to the ring.
And on the heels of that, a switch seems to have flipped in TJ. I mean, that ruination saga of his life, of his career, to me, were some of the most darkest moments of this young man's experience here in the Actions Wrestling Federation. To me, it seemed that TJ had this hang-up on his cousin Mamba Ant that he wanted to one-up him. He still felt in his shadow, which I think is almost impossible. Up until that point, TJ been a two-time world champion. He's been a Renegade champion. He has done things that people who have been here since day one haven't done. But still, there's something in TJ that feels like he needs to prove himself, and he might get that chance to face Blitz and prove himself once again. But is this man standing in your way, Agent A? That is a tall task to try and take.
And Curtis, in the lead up to this matchup, has and did fully reveal himself to be who was under the man in blue mask those weeks ago when he worked with the Decepticons. And that's a big thing here. You know, Blitz and Curtis having teamed up, those two not always having the best, always having a respectful relationship, but never the, eye to eye. No, Curtis and Blitz work together to throw TJ off his game. If you want to be that way, Curtis has pinned TJ within the last 2 months. The man in blue is who pinned TJ back at One Night Stand.
And even before that, these two have had a tumultuous relationship with one another inside of that ring.
TJ, jump in the gun. Jump in the gun. And
here we go.
You see the emotions boiling over. Curtis seemingly damn unfazed. Here we go. It's the main event of AWF Chaos. My name Agent A. Beside me Agent K. And this is live here in San Diego, California.
They haven't even turned the damn music off. Now they have. The bell has not rung. These two Goliaths are brawling on the outside.
It's just bum rushing Curtis. No. TJ. Show some humanity. Show some humanity. TJ! Oh! Through the barricade! As K said, before the bell has even rung. Shots to the face, back, forehead. Roll it over now.
A literal Hulk versus the Thing. King Kong versus Godzilla. Two giants who have done battle with each other in the past or the Hardcore Championship. And in those matches, Agent A lot of people were saying that TJ was dominated. That is not the same young man that I'm seeing right now. This is a man who is the former leader of the most dominant faction in the AWF once upon a time. A world heavyweight champion, a Renegade champion.
And here now, shot to the back.
Seems like the fields are a lot more even now. Dragon suplex on the outside. TJ, I think, has gotten a head start against Curtis, Agent A.
And no. That's exactly what you don't want to do. The showboat.
Oh my, what the hell?
Turn off the ropes into a DDT. Then a kip up. Then a right hand. These two. It's a heavyweight matchup between TJ and Curtis. One-on-one. Winner faces Deuce, the Anomaly, next week on Chaos. And oh, that chop to Curtis. It damn near didn't do a damn thing. Here.
Last time I saw a big man fly like that, he was in a black and red singlet, and he was the Triple Crown champion in Japan.
And now Curtis dumps TJ aside. Look at this here. Oh no.
This does not bode well for TJ. No. Pile driver position. Off the apron! Off the damn apron!
Curtis Doing a little bit of TJ's playbook, pile driving.
If there was any way to try and kill a man in pro wrestling, that's it right there.
This again, the main event, ladies and gentlemen. World Heavyweight Championship potential as Curtis is on the top turnbuckle. TJ is in harm's way. This can only end one way.
Never mind! That's not the way I was thinking of. TJ intercepted with a power slam. The former World Heavyweight Champion, full steam ahead.
Spine buster right there. And now we are back. TJ finding himself back into some sort of offensive flurry as Curtis, that pile driver and that little spree right there, Curtis almost took his head off. And TJ caught him. The Iranian Reaper not liking that. Shots to the body, then off the ropes. TJ, ooh, nice right there.
And folks, if you were here for the earlier match between Deuce and C.J Speed, the other half of this World Championship dash, a nice Fisherman's Buster hooks the leg. Is it for Curtis? If you're here for that other half, I mean, that match was technical, it was athletic. It was what you want to see in a professional wrestling contest. This has a little bit more spice to it. This has a little bit more vitriol
oh my
to it.
Goodness. Suplex from TJ, Curtis down with the kick out.
This resembles a fight more than it does a professional wrestling contest.
Chop was able to sit down Curtis. TJ not happy about something, letting the ref get into the ref's ear. But that is again why I don't get what.
I think it was that close 2 count earlier, Agent. It might have been that. I'm not sure.
Now the cover hooks the leg. The one.
I am just in disbelief. Curtis with that moonsault and TJ with the multiple dragon suplexes. The pile driver off the apron.
Curtis gets a right hand. Here he comes now. Wow! Football charging TJ. But, damn, that chop did nothing. That chop did nothing. The Iranian Reaper.
And if you ever seen TJ's hands, they're literal frying pans. Just swinging into your chest at maximum speed. And TJ, rights, lefts, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman type hooks.
Not trying to give the Reaper the light of day. After his strikes did nothing, he just takes the fight right back to him. Continues on.
Oh, and a big Iranian Reaper size headbutt.
Here now, throws aside.
I mean, this guy has wrestled bears.
TJ a clothesline.
300-pound animals. TJ, notwithstanding that, nice gut wrench powerbomb, tossing Curtis, and now using him as a barbell, clean and jerking Curtis. Military press.
Over the shoulders, high and mighty. And that's 300 plus pounds that just got dumped like nothing.
Olympic show of strength by TJ.
And Curtis continuing to be on the other end of another barrage of offense. The Reaper off the rope.
Again, went for the moonsault. TJ going for his clothesline.
Tried to one-up him. Wasn't able to connect on anything. But TJ gets control of the matchup again. Tried a right hand. He misses. The Reaper.
Both men have done their homework. I mean, this is the World Heavyweight Championship we're talking about. Such a coveted prize.
Curtis, what the hell? Gets TJ up.
Holy cow!
Hooks the leg cover. 1, 2.
That's it! Oh my goodness, TJ!
Look at how emphatic. TJ, that was an emphatic kick out, but Curtis tried to hold the weight of him down as much as he could. Curtis wanted that to be the knockout shot. TJ.
Well, that's 300 pounds of Curtis on TJ. I think that Curtis might have let him felt each and every single gram of weight. But TJ now muscling the Iranian Reaper up for that triple suplex combination.
And there now, slowly back to the feet, is Curtis after the suplex combo. Still live for the World Heavyweight Championship contention. TJ getting several rights. Then again, with this array of punches to the Reaper.
Clubbing blows.
He knows one won't do the job, so to say.
Of course it won't. Like I said, this man has wrestled behemoths, both animals and human. Curtis is one of the toughest He reminds you of the Iron Sheik. You know, it's a guy who you think is unassuming, but the size and the stature, and most importantly, the tenacity.
The big boot from TJ. Ringside goes Curtis. Top turnbuckle goes TJ. Shooting star press!
A 7-foot shooting star press. What the? Oh, we gotta clear out.
Yeah. This looks like it's coming our way as TJ is picking up the Iranian Reaper after the shooting star. He's not done yet. K, here he comes.
There we go.
Flying with a big power bomb.
On our announce table, Curtis's spine just folded over the board, and now
spilling over the water is TJ, taking everything off the table. This could be the end, the tail end of this matchup. Curtis evades trouble.
A sharp elbow, throwing TJ off track for a little bit, but it seems like the former champ is determined. And for Curtis, who hasn't won a world championship, he might be fighting even harder.
But here comes TJ now. These two doing a little dance around. Neither one of them exactly gaining momentum as TJ again is going to try and pick Curtis up.
Oh, there we go.
Not going to happen. But he gets right back to his feet, back into the ring now to stop that count. This match cannot end in no contest. Back into the ring. TJ. Nice kick to the low section of Curtis. And look at that. Nice arm drag.
And here we go. TJ with the strength again. Power bomb.
Power bomb to Curtis. And now he's going to the corner. This could be lights out. Here it comes, the freight train. Kamehameha! 1, 2, Reaper!
He tore through Curtis, but somehow he found a wherewithal to kick out. And TJ has been wrestling his best match I've seen in a while. And as I say that, it looks like he's not as far removed from his Ruination days as we thought he was.
Takes the chance. And Curtis stops it all! And this is the second time TJ has tried to take the low road, and he gets thwarted by it. He grabs this, he's trying to line Curtis up for something now. Into the corner. Not to be.
Curtis is having none of it.
Right hand missed.
We know the force that TJ can generate. If he uses that steel chair,
shot missed.
It might be over.
It landed, but it did nothing to the guy. Curtis now.
Referee.
Another chop that does nothing to Curtis. What will do something? The Reaper is still standing tall.
Referee's still down, and now as I say that, slides back into the ring, sees the chair. No funny business. We're gonna keep it clean, says the ref. Uh-oh. Whoa!
TJ.
Hey, Janae, look at this.
And misses the Superman punch. Misses the attempt to be petty. As he gets the shots to the head. Curtis. Out of the way, a right hand.
And you can see it in that. Curtis still, to this day, thinks that TJ's that little boy that he crushed for the Hardcore Championship. That TJ still is that kid who wasn't ready and who grew physically faster than he grew mentally.
Wow, and look at that.
Oh, wow.
This could be
choke.
TJ trying to finish it off with his old man in blue maneuver. Not to be, though. Back to his feet.
How symbolic would that have been, Ajane? The man who's parading around as TJ's alter ego.
And TJ tried to go for the chops again.
And now Curtis gonna double dip with that clothesline.
Off the ropes. Now TJ has to kick out. Down 1, 2, no.
Another kick out of 2. What is it gonna take? These two guys are pushing themselves to the limit.
And TJ down and out. Curtis.
And if you're Blitz, you're looking at TJ and Curtis, and you're looking at the two best giants. Scratch that, 2 best wrestlers the AWF has to offer. And they're doing this because of your prize, because of what you're holding in your briefcase.
And here comes Curtis. The right hand. TJ stops him with a knee. A right hand from TJ.
Uh-oh.
Another one.
Curtis is getting that Hulk up. He's getting that Hulk up.
This cannot be the Iranian Reaper. The Iranian Reaper.
Oh! Oh!
Like hell. Off the ropes.
And the big boot. Is he gonna drop the leg? He's got him.
TJ down. Oh, but he's back up. He's back up. Out of the way goes a right hand.
No real Americans here today. As TJ looking to put the closing case. Oh. And now Curtis is on the outside. Oh, Agent A. Oh, he's going to pay him back. He's going to pay him back. Oh, my God.
A pile driver ringside. He did pay him back in dividends. Right back. And Curtis is woozy. He has no idea where he is. And now TJ is going to carry him over the shoulders. Goes the Reaper into the barricade in the front row.
Referee's count is at 3. Curtis
can go up to 20.
Is in a bad way. You best believe TJ is going to take every single bit of that 20
No.
Oh my God! Call the ambulance.
Curtis getting folded with a last ride powerbomb. But wait! The Reaper stands tall. Another chop.
At what point do these men become a danger to themselves? This is spilling out into an all-out.
And no, TJ again.
Whirlwind of carnage.
Right, that one might have been worse than the last.
That is a steel barricade that is supported by metal beams. And Curtis just took the brunt of it. Right on the spine.
Down is Curtis. Into the corner. TJ going for the kill shot. In the main event, up over. Is this a brain buster? Is this a suplex?
This is go big or go home.
Off the rope. Oh!
It's collapsed!
Both men out. Wait. TJ's back up. Curtis is out. TJ's back up. TJ wins.
He has won by annihilation. He's won by destruction.
TJ is on his way to facing Deuce next week on AWF Chaos.
Oh my God! What a match! What a clash!
We are going off air, but me and Kay, thank you for watching. This was a hell of a night, hell of a night. This was amazing. And next week it's gonna be even better. TJ and Deuce. Who is gonna see blitzed? Is it the old mentor? Or is it the two who have never faced each other in a high stakes match, quite as this one would be?
Wow.
And it's up. No, there's no more. There's nothing up next. That's it. Thank you for watching.
Shine lights trying to find the criminals. I don't speak to y'all, but I rhyme subliminal. We all street soldiers and I'm the general. My physical is pitiful, pistols make you invisible. My livings ain't livable, I slang from my living room. And I know that my liver's doomed. We all in the killer mood, life wasn't silver spoons. No Ricky Schroeder, just Sticky Doja Pot. And we thugs unorthodox. I wanna change, but it's hard to abort the block. They trained a young champ in the sport to box. Dead bodies rigor mortis, the corpse of rock. Don't report to the cops on the porch when it's hot, trying to watch everything like reporters watch. I'ma rap to this hot damn recorder stop. Oh, honey, oh.